The time is now. It's back to the rhyme. It's like, wow, he's back to the rhyme. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. I write these raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut, rap. Back to the rhyme. Now's the time. Time to unwind, cause back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind, cause it's back to the rhyme. All right. Back to the action. Uh, Man, why am I doing this so late? But that's all right. I taking care of business here before this. So YouTube channel number one. Oh man, I bring my CD up here. Oh well, no good. I did find my shirts, my Goodyear production shirts. I have to bring those back out. Thank God I found those. And I found a lot of other stuff when I was doing some digging. I guess it's related to the YouTube channel. A lot of things relate to the YouTube channel. So I was digging because I was going to get together Alex. I think I mentioned that. He bought a guitar, an amp, but I was trying to get all my lyrics together because we were talking about making a song, or going through the material. Never happened, but that was good to go find that stuff and figure out where everything is. It's a very nervous time when I'm not sure if I can find my life's work in essence. Um, so my shirts are there. I could bring one up. I didn't know where it was, and so I will do that next week if I can somehow remember. YouTube channel. I'm just trying to figure out where this goes. I'll save some other stuff. I guess related to the YouTube channel, I did talk to Alex, another Alex, my coworker. We want to do I'm going to call it, it's like maybe dot, 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 the 80s. We're going to do, it's kind of a play on words. It's like the 80s, however you say that. I picked out a place that's Sean, he's got the Moto, what does he call that? Backfire Moto. I think we could do it there. I hope he'd be fine with that. So that would be the venue, and just start doing our show. We'll see when we can do it, but I guess since it'd be under the YouTube channel, I could probably do it right away, right? Because it would certainly go on the YouTube channel, and Alex is excited to do it, to play songs. We thought it'd be fun for in front of people too, so we can do that possibly too. It's a good space, nice low key place, and just to record, like to do something on YouTube would be excellent. So that's that update. Very not too heavy of a lift. A lot of these have to do with what all goes into it, and I don't think it might just be us showing up. I'm sure Sean has a lot of equipment. I believe he does have turntables and stuff, and we just got to bring the 45s. So another big news on Trump's going to thump. I'm so thankful. Let me show you something here. I was going to do something, but let me see if I can do this. Hang on. So I got a letter from the government the other day. I'm opening and reading it right now. It's a good letter. They're not wanting me for the army, even though I'd be proud to serve, even though it's kind of scary. If you have a guy like our current guy, our imposter, he might put you in a war that we shouldn't be in. Trump never did that. Never put us in a war. Don't forget. Hang on a second. So, this is from Library of Congress. Hope you can read that. Library of Congress. That's Copyright Office. First class mail. I'm a mailman, so I pay attention if it's junk or not. Certainly not junk. So, and it just shows how I messed up. I put Jeffrey, small J, Kenneth Yeager, but Goodyear Productions. So what do we have here? And it's got my registration number. So here, look at this. I'm gonna post this on the wall. Certificate of registration. And it has the registration number here. Effective date, registration decision date. Oh my. It happened on Inauguration Day. Can you believe that? Okay, that was the day they decided that Trump's gonna thump is legit. Interesting. Look at that. Can you believe on Inauguration Day? Let me look. Hold on, let me hold this up. So you see that? January 21st was the registration decision date for Trump's gonna thump. Can you believe that? Oh, there might be something to that. People with all their ideas that Trump might be still working behind the scenes. Well, someone in the department, you know, in the copyright office, thinks that Trump's going to be there. That's incredible. So hopefully I didn't show my address. It doesn't count. I want to do a video. I'm going to have to do a whole separate copyright. But this is exciting. It's just very official. Organization name, Goodyear Productions, and all that. This is cool. But on Inauguration Day, the decision was made to register Trump's gonna thump. Incredible. All right. So that's big news. That's exciting. That's official. That's kind of, I just sat there and received it. But I put in the work to get that done and paid the money, $65. It's gonna be another $65, which puts you further in the hole, but not hugely. And it's got to be done for the video. And that's my thumbnail. I forgot. What a shame. I went on CD Baby and put uploaded the file for the sound recording, uploaded the cover, album cover. Essentially, it's just a picture of me from my music video. It's a screenshot, but we can call that the album cover. It's just a single. Got all that done, and it went boom, boom, boom. Finally, thank God. Very stressful, and I did that last night around 10, and I just said I'm going to try it, and if it goes smooth, I'll finish it, and I did. This being Sunday, I didn't have to work as early if I did have to work, so staying up a little late. I have to work tomorrow at early 7, so I wish I was doing this earlier, but I will. I'm okay with it. I had to do what I had to do. So anyway, so that was big time, big time to get. So that's been submitted to CD Baby for their review, and they can just release it, but it takes up to 3 weeks apparently for them, 1 to 3 weeks for them to review it. So being a single, I can't imagine it take as long as if it's a full album. And that's the story with that. So I received a confirmation email, and it said something about make sure something, and I was too tired at that point to triple confirm things are going ahead, but I think things are going ahead. So I was okay finishing last night with that. So I am very thankful. That's all, I believe, good to go. I'm gonna come back to CD Baby later down the list. Rules of engagement, nothing new to report. You will be glorified, nothing new to report. So Bellevue Ballers, that's why I'm doing this so late. I'm thankful. My wife, daughter, we're working on a business, getting it going. Takes time, takes being intentional. If we never work on it, nothing ever happens. So that was what that was. And that's to get, anyway, I don't have to keep repeating, but that is a big part of everything musically. My Reformation music video, no progress. And now music. I'll go back to the YouTube channel. So Alex wants, we're going to see each other. Alex, my former coworker, one of my main promoter, realistically. Sorry, Dale, you're the assistant promoter right now. After you have Alex putting up all those posters, that puts him in the #1 spot. So he's got an idea for a song, and let me just say, I like it's just like Phil, you know, he's only able to do so much, but all I do is show up and rap. That's nice, because you know, as anybody knows, my schedule is very busy, and if I have to do absolutely everything related to getting the song out, it goes very slow, especially if there's any money to be invested. That even slows it down even further. So in the situation with Alex, and I am happy that he got that guitar and the amp, because we can now record original music, make a song, get it hooked into you hear about Fruity Loops, Ableton, Pro Tools, whatever they call those software, music recording software, I guess you could call it something. So we can record it, and he has an idea for percussion. He said the slide works, and he's got a bass guitar. So if we don't need beats off that, great. I'm not an expert, but I've been learning. The two of us I think, could make a song. We could definitely make a song. And so since he's the one with more time, more resources, great. Let me just help you out. You know, let me just be a part of what you're doing, and you do all this stuff. Thank you. I'm with you all the way. And he has high hopes for the song that he came up with. It's a simple song, which, by the way, the #1 song in the country charts is "Hole in the Bottle" from Casey Calabrini, I think is how you say it. She says it's a total fluke. You know, you hear these stories. They're at the end of their recording jam session, they go to a retreat to record an album, and they're celebrating the end of their retreat, and they had a little, like, drinking, and they had a little idea at the end, and they kind of messed around, and I think they recorded while they were kind of drunk, and then they listened to it the next day, and they're like, oh, that's actually good. And lo and behold, it's the #1 song. It wasn't everyone, it was just like off the cuff, an accident, and that's the #1 song right now. So, and Alex researches a lot of this musical stuff in terms of how songs are become hits, and he spends a lot of time looking into that, and I catch it on the fly. And you know, that's how it works. You know, sometimes you just stumble into stuff, so we'll just keep stumbling away. School Us Sail. I didn't bring my album down, but so now let me share with you. I wish I had my album in front of me, but I'm going to talk about this because this is interesting and it's statistical related to the album. So if you have the album with you, see, I should have brought it. I wanted to bring it, but if you look at 10 tracks, right? And I'm going to go, and so it was put out back in 2014-ish, and it's put out on all these digital platforms, and who knows how things get heard. I mean, it's not like YouTube. I have 500 views for No Hope or whatever. I didn't look up the latest, but yeah, that's a lot of me promoting it, though. This is give it to CD Baby, and they send it to all these digital platforms, and these are the results of that over seemed like mostly a 4-year period. It stopped. The last one was like 2018, and Giorgio did say to me, he's like, I can't find your music on iTunes or Amazon or wherever he's looking. And I was like, oh, I need to check with, so I need to follow up with them and say, well, is there an expiration date on the digital distribution? I can't send people anymore to iTunes, and I used to. So why is that? But in the time it was on all these platforms, if you take it from, so the 10th most played song was He's Coming for His Rainbow. That's track 7. It was played 3 times. The 9th most played song was 21st Century Enter, which made it on A Bed of Bread. Oh, I didn't speak to that. Sorry, Bed of Bread. I got the hard copy. I'm going to talk. I got Aaron. He's going to get a call this week, by the way. It's almost certainly this week. So I'm happy and we can get that rolling. That's a big victory, by the way, but no real progress. I'm calling Aaron this week, almost certainly. 21st Century Enters on that. See, these are my favorites. One of my favorite songs, and it's not the favorite of the people. Oh well. 5 plays. Number 8 most played is Innocuous Bliss with 7. Number 7 most played is That's Filthy with 8 plays. 6th most played, which is also on A Bed of Bread, my personal favorite song, My Reformation, with 10 plays. And number 5, jumping up to number 5 here is Stay With You, and that had 22 plays. Number 4 is No Hope with 23 plays. Now, it had, so Rumblefish is one of the digital platforms in 1 week period. 12 of the 23 No Hope plays came out of that. So something happened. There's a big spike. And again, I guess it doesn't track, because we put it on YouTube. That didn't come through the digital distribution. That came through our promotions, those plays. Number 3 is Bedtime Music with 25 plays. Number 2 is Oh Say Does That Star Spangled with 32 plays. And number 1 is Keep On Dreaming with 37 plays, but 22 of those plays came from that same thing from Rumblefish. Just interesting analytics. All right, so that's enough of that. But I just thought that was kind of a grind, but it's fun. I like all that kind of stuff. Not a lot of results. I'm up to I got 50 cents. I've made 50 cents on my digital stuff so far. I can't cash out till I make 100 times that. Get $50. Current events. Past week, Rush Limbaugh passed away, and that for me is I felt like it's going to happen because I wasn't hearing him too often on the radio. What an inspiration for me. I mean, I listened to his show. I mean, it's real-time live radio. It doesn't get any better. 3 hours a day, and it's true. There isn't another one like him. At the same time of day, Dennis Prager has a show, and yes, I guess most likely we'll start listening to him, because even of the people that I would listen to for conservative talk radio after Rush, Mark Levin, Dennis Prager, Michael Savage, and the thing about Sean Hannity is he's got a lot of good guests. So the show's interesting if it's not his monologues. And then, someone like Larry Elder I can listen to some, but, it's not huge. And the thing with Mark Levin and Savage, they're all late at night for our market. So it's really, for me, listening to talk radio, pretty much down to Dennis Prager, and then we'll see what happens with. Yeah, it's tough, though. What an inspiration. And just even if you think about YouTube, how much I have learned, and I'm not anywhere close to he called himself a broadcast professional. He learned the business and the professionalism, enunciation, and all these lessons that I just listening to a show I can learn and do what I can to incorporate. But his energy, he brings the energy, and that's why he wasn't doing a show towards the end, because he knew he couldn't bring the energy. He did, in the last week, maybe he would do it once, had someone ready to go in case he couldn't bring it. And that's the way it is. And I just love that. And that he went out absolutely on top. Can you imagine? In his final days on this earth, he was the number one guy. I guess Howard Stern makes a little more, but I don't know if it's how that works in terms of, because I think Rush has more, I don't know, audience. But anyway, God rest his soul. All right, so I'm writing this song for Nothing to Take. And I guess I'll stick with the kind of the 16 lines. So this goes to, I'm watching this Absolute Proof Mike Lindell video. And I want to do a little more background research on him, but I've got kind of a sense for his background. It's really, he's just a figure for anybody. You know, my very first song I did was called Demonetized for this channel, but it's in essence what they are doing. And I mean, you can't be surprised. I mean, you're never surprised. You've seen it enough. I mean, if he really wanted to make the big bucks, he would say, I love China, I love Biden, anything goes, open borders, and his business would probably explode, you know. And in spite of that, and you know, for a long time, he said he wasn't really political until, well, he just said he liked maybe he said I liked something about what Trump had to say, and then that was it. Because for the Trump haters, you can't ever even utter one good thing about Trump. Otherwise, it's over. Total, you got to go. So, anyway, Trump was on a couple of shows lately. He talked about Russia's life, and it was good to hear from him. It's going to be interesting. And the thing really is going to be, okay, is this next election going to be legit? And what's the midterms going to be like? How is that going to be authenticated? I mean, if you do the same thing with servers out, and that's what this Absolute Proof is. You got servers out of the country. Is that new? You got servers out of the country. Our votes go. I mean, it's kind of like, I've always said, it's like, why do I need to send my money to Washington, D.C. to help my neighbor down the street? You know, because of these programs that are federal that should be local. Well, no different than an election. There's no way my vote should go. It shouldn't go to Washington, D.C. It shouldn't. The results, once it's all counted, should go to Washington, D.C. for a federal election, of course. But the count has to happen here, not in a server in another country. What is up with that? And how did that ever happen? And there's people trying to raise awareness on that, but they're getting shut down because the investigators are in on it, right? So they're shutting it down. Why are they investigating? You know, so this is a big plan. It's just, you know, I don't know how much people care about their vote. Hopefully they care. If they don't, I guess we might as well not have elections, which is where we're headed, I guess. It's going to be our choice. Do we want elections? Do we want honest elections? What do we want to do? So it's kind of like Mike Lindell's probably like, you know what? I have a business, but my country and my word are more important than even that. So you can't take, you know, if you were to take everything from me, you've taken nothing because I still have my character and my word. That's how I think of that. You know, and I put myself in a situation like that. You know, the thing about hip hop is they always talk about not selling out. And to me, what he's doing, he's not selling out. And all these guys, and you can talk about the NBA and all these guys, they're all selling out. Even though, check it out, was it only a third of the players are interested in, they don't want to promote the vaccine. This is an interesting political topic. So Louis Farrakhan says that's the white man's poison, right? So he gets them very nervous about taking that vaccine, which is so helpful, man. Thank you. So a lot of these guys are skeptical about it. So that's good. It really throws a thing way off. Because what do you do if you're just a basketball player, right? But you want to, you want to keep your street cred. You got to listen to somebody, you got the white man out here trying to poison you versus, well, I don't know, you have to support the Democrat agenda. Which one's more important? So, and I think you could, you know, if they say Trump said, you know, Trump, he promotes the vaccine, right? So they could say, well, Trump's trying to get you, but it doesn't work like that because Biden's saying the same thing, right? So that doesn't work. But it's just very interesting. That's the kind of politics I like. Back to the rhymes. All right, nothing to take. Oh, I got to start out with the hook. I messed up. And I had, you know, I had practiced this a week ago or whatever, but I had to bring it back into my head. Okay, so song starts with hook. I have to make a note. Song starts with hook because I got to bring it. And this is the thing. I have to get into character here. Ain't got, and something like this. Let me see. Ain't got nothing to take. I can't remember. I want to get back because I kind of forget what I had, and I had it. But like I said, my commitment is to not write it. Unless the song's really, really good, I'd probably do it and then not use it for this. But like I said, I was starting with come from nothing. That's been done a bunch. So we're going, ain't got nothing to take. Maybe I'd repeat it. Ain't got nothing to take. Twice. Ain't got nothing to take. Ain't got nothing to take. I want to be gritty and rough. Ain't got nothing to take. Ain't got nothing to take. Ain't got nothing to take. I mean, simple thing to say is, go ahead, get out my face, cause you ain't got nothing to take. I can start out the song by saying, started in this world without a single penny. I don't know if this would mess up your voice for life, but maybe you got to do it. Luke, who I recorded with originally, said, you know, if you record in the morning, your voice is a little scratchier. That's a little idea. Yeah, just waking up. Started in this world without a single penny. So like I said, I'm going to speak as if I'm Mike Lindell in this case. You coming at me now? Seems I got plenty. Next week we're back to the rhymes.